lots of separation. Shift over just a little bit. Okay, so you can join this group. Yeah. You can just join that group over there. Okay. Okay. So this is going to be your task. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We've already created teams. Now, who's heard of using popsicle sticks in teaching? Classroom teachers have for sure, but okay. So can I see them? Okay. So the classroom teachers often use popsicle sticks, and some of the new evidence out there says that asking a question and asking kids to raise their hand and picking a kid to answer is actually does not really help learning. Yeah. So one of the strategies is to have a set of popsicle sticks with their names on it. So for each of your classes. So I use the strategy not all the time. I still, have kids, raise their hand and answer, but I try to mix it up. So, and what this does is, if I was to ask a question and say, what does the word inquiry mean to you? And not ask you to raise your hand, but pull a popsicle stick out, there's a little more pressure involved. And it's not negative pressure, but what it does is it makes sure that everybody is really paying attention and that everybody equally has a chance to answer the question. And it does put some students that are a little more shy on the spot, but if you use it consistently over time, they learn that it's just a good way for them to answer the question. But this is also a good way, so on your popsicle sticks, to turn around and do dots, and then that's a good way to create teams in PE. Again, not all the time, but every once in a while you can do this. So my popsicle sticks are heavier, so I can actually chuck them all over the gym, and then they run around and they pick them up. So, okay, so right now your job is going to be, you're going to get a sheet of paper, and you can pick a person to go get the paper in a minute, and then your group has to create a visual of what the word inquiry means to you. Now, going back to the start of the day, what color is this? No. Going back to the start of the day, gray. So do not feel in any way that there is a right or wrong answer to this, because there's not. Whatever inquiry means to you, have a discussion in your groups, and then you will create a visual. You can draw pictures, you can use words, you can do whatever you want. But it must be recorded on the paper. Okay, so we'll take maybe 8 to 10 minutes for you to have this discussion and to write ideas down. Okay? Okay, go ahead.
Can you
What does the choir mean to you? And then write down your ideas, like say, draw, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You're trying to figure out times.
Even swimming, sir. Actually, we are
And so I'll give you maybe 2 more minutes. Don't worry about where you're at right now, it's fine, because we are going to revisit this. So take 2 more minutes to write down any last ideas that you have.
Everything is free.
Anwar bhai, we need you. He is one creative person in India. Excellent at art.
Let me go.
Anwar bhai, you are coming up with something new?
Okay, so let's stop there. Put your pencils down. Okay, so now we need sticky tack. Okay. Okay, so you have sticky tack. So now you have to pick somebody from your group. You're gonna.
The blue tack or the two-way?
You don't have to put your name on it because you know who it is. So then take your posters and come and put them anywhere you want along this wall. Okay? So let's do that first.
Yeah, but that's a common.
Our workshop में
Oh, yeah. Can you just hand your popsicle sticks to me?
especially for
Can I have your file, please?
Yes.
Okay. Just put it up on the mirror. Okay, and when your group has put it up on there, just come and stand behind me here. And we can try to spread them out. Let's use all of the space in the mirrors. Horizontally, let's spread it out. So maybe we can even move this one down. Whose group is this? Okay, can you move it so there's a little more space between? Okay, so now you need your journals. So get your journal and your pencil, but stay with your team. I want you to go stand in front of your poster, wherever it is with your team. So we'll just get that last one up. Maybe you just put it on here. Put it on here. Right there. Okay. So what we're going to do right now, and there's a couple options. So let's back up a little bit. Okay, so let's back up to this area just to start. So there's two options for you right now. You can stay together in your group and do a walkthrough. So you're going to do a walkthrough. You can do that whatever way you want. You can start here and go all the way through, or you can bounce around. You can go by yourself. I don't care. But as you go through, you know, this is excellent because nothing on here, I just had a quick look. Okay, nothing on here is PE specific, which is great because you thought outside of PE. And that's what's very important about understanding inquiry. So as you go through, I want you to devote a whole page in your journal to inquiry. And as you go through, if something catches your eye that you didn't think of, write it down. Okay? And in your brain, get your brain to start moving in a way that you're starting to think a little bit about the possibilities that exist in PE. Okay? And if there's some words that you disagree with, that you think, I don't know how to do that, then write it down. Because that's a self-reflection. Write down, for example, I have no idea how to do research in PE. And I use that word in particular because that's very hard. Research is an inquiry skill, but in PE, that's very, very hard to do. So if you can't get your head around something, then write it down and do a reflection on it for yourself. So walkthrough will take about 5-7 minutes maybe to walk through and to write your ideas down. I'll start the music again. When the music stops, go back to your group and discuss your ideas right away. But when you discuss your ideas, we're gonna try something. And I'll tell you now, so I don't have to take your time later. So give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Form a circle. Okay, the discussion that you're gonna have, okay, this is why you've got to write notes and reflect. The discussion that you're going to have is going to start with somebody. So let's say he starts, okay? He will talk about something that he learned about inquiry. Everybody, you're just listening. You're not talking, you're listening to what he has to say. And when he is done, try to keep it, you know, I'd say 30 seconds to a minute, you know, then it's your turn. And then it's your turn, then it's your turn, then it's your turn. So you each have something to say about inquiry and you're listening. And if they say something that catches you, then write it down. Okay, so after the 5 or 7 minutes of the walkthrough, we will do that. So quickly get into your circle. Everybody has a chance to talk, okay? You can begin.
We need to know the book. So we'll start from there and we'll finish.
Somebody ran away singing fast as I can. Got to go. I got to go. Once upon a time we fell apart. You hold it in your hands to have in my heart.
Improvisation, okay. I like this one. It has good vocabulary. We've all thought of to improve on something. So I have a strategy. So if I improve on that strategy, what I have, then that's improvisation. It's something different.
But then if it is value, then it should be there everywhere.
Still is not, you never get down.
See,
can
It
lead
depends.
you, it can lead you, but it's not
It
sure that you
depends.
get the answer.
It depends. You're inquiring on a fact, or I mean, obviously you will never inquire on a fact.
The Da Vinci Code, maybe you can do research on it, but
You will not get a perfect answer, but you will at least know. You will not be confused.
there are many paintings like which is the famous one, the lady
Mona Lisa.
still is unveiled, isn't it? So the answer is not found. So the research is going on. What about
It is still in under this.
Then if you get an answer, then inquiry gets
Stops.
over.
Stops.
It stops.
An inquiry never stops.
An inquiry.
Never stops.
It's not that it never stops.
No,
But yes,
no, it-
particular you got the answer of particular thing, then it's okay.
No,
fine.
but inquiry can be continued for after that getting that answer also.
Yes,
So
but
one inquiry can
It
lead into
will not
other, into the
stop.
third.
It's a loop.
So it's a loop.
It's a loop.
but there also, if you have got one thing right, and if you have started with that vision that why I'm inquiring for the particular subject, and when you achieve that, okay,
So
fine.
inquiry is
Then
in
further
level,
on-
you can achieve one level, second level,
Absolutely.
but it will not
Again, it depends like what is the thing you're inquiring on.
Yeah,
There are
absolutely,
some things that
absolutely.
it's done,
So it
but
would
there are
be
some
that-
things which is not done.
As you said, I'm
Like
trying
one of
to.
the painting, like I said, still is unveiled. Still the research is going on.
Same thing. So if I'm trying to inquire on Mona Lisa, I'm inquiring in my inquiry process. In between,
What do you want to know?
I may get another inquiry. So it's such
But that is okay.
But it is also possible that if you are inquiring only into the artist of Mona Lisa and your inquiry is that said,
That-
if you don't want to inquire, it comes. So then you get an answer.
but so it is up to you that you can stop your inquiry, but inquiry
No, it's not up
itself
to
cannot.
me. It's about the subject. Who do I go with the vision?
why not? If I'm
What I want to
if I'm
Okay, so now
interested
go
in
back to
going
your
to
group
an artist,
and have a
Second thing.
quick discussion.
I mean, she's talking about the general form of
Okay, so meet with your
we are
groups.
talking from the point of view of inquiry.
inquiry.
Okay,
Back to your
but we
groups, let's
have
go,
been
let's go. Thank you. Okay, so you're going to create that circle. You have your paper. Say something that caught your eye or something you noticed or whatever you want.
They're not limitization in I've made some of my children is evolving consciousness about this. So it's a feedback. So actually feedback, but it's not exactly feedback, but it's type of passion that you observe. I don't know exactly. I don't understand how that is. So then the children will, then somebody will say, okay.
Can I just see a show of hands who's done doing this activity? Okay, who? You guys done or do you need a little more time? A little more time? Okay, so if you're done, now take 2 minutes to think about inquiry and PE. And to just begin to think about and share. I know you've already thought about inquiry and PE, but based on your walkthrough, and some, I call them aha moments, where you see something and you go, ah, you know, that learning moment where it really hits you. You know, I want you to just share the possibilities that may be out there with inquiry and PE. And then that'll give time for the other groups to finish, okay? So just have an initial conversation about that. Okay. All right. So now, just finish up what you have to say. Can we shut the lights off? I want you to move over here. You can remain standing. Okay, I'm just going to give you one more quick strategy that I use in PE. And this has worked very, very well for me and has helped in not, you know, sometimes managing children can get tiresome. We know that, you know. So one of the strategies in PE when I have discussions and, you know, if it's in between activities and the kids come together, you have them sit on the floor. A lot of times kids just can't sit on the floor. Boys cannot sit on the floor. It's proven that boys have more energy to spend. That's not always the case, but instead of having those kids that are fidgeting around and moving, I don't care. When I call the kids together, I don't care if they sit down, I don't care if they stand. But they know that they can't stand in front. So if a kid feels that they need to move around, I don't care if a kid's walking back and forth. Kids need to walk and listen sometimes. I let them move around. So during this video, you're going to see a video right now called The Potter, and you're not going to hear one word. There's no sound. You're just going to watch them. Watch the two. It's an animation. And think about inquiry as you watch it. And jot down ideas about what you see and how it relates, how the video truly relates to an inquiry. It's a 7-minute video. If you want to stand, go ahead, but if you want to stand, just move to the back. So can we get the lights?
8 मिनट 50 मिनट